Hi, my name is Michael Graf, and I'm on the development slate for ISA. I got on the slate with my screenplay, The Last Indian War. The script won a ton of awards at festivals all over the country. Internationally, it was Best Screenplay at a film festival in Paris, Best Screenplay at the Bahamas International Film Festival. It won the Best Historical Screenplay at Table Read. Fresh Voices, it won. And I got on the ISA's radar with that script. And I've been writing seriously ever since then. And just this last year, I was put on the ISA's top 25 screenwriters to watch in 2021. Ever since I was young, I wanted to be a storyteller. And I've spent most of my adult life working as a storyteller. I've spent the last 20 years as a commercial director, working in advertising, which has been a great training ground. I've had two campaigns that aired during the Super Bowl, premiered during the Super Bowl. And if you can tell a story in 30 seconds, first act, second act, third act, in 30 seconds and get an audience's attention, it's really, really good training. And I've kind of, but my first love has always been long format storytelling. And I've before I was in advertising, I also I worked in entertainment, in production and post production, and worked on episodic television and some feature films. And but the last couple of years, I've really been concentrating on writing and getting the story, telling the stories that are meaningful to me, and that's been important. It's probably a reaction to years of selling shoes and pizzas and subs. It's like I want to do something more meaningful than that. When I found out I was top 25 screenwriter to watch in 2021, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea. I didn't know it was coming. I opened the email and I went, what? What am I looking at? I had to read it twice. It was, it sounds corny, but it means so much. It's such a personal accomplishment. And, it's the one thing that's been, I think, the biggest challenge, at least for me, I don't know for other writers, but the fact that it's a marathon, that you're writing and you don't know if you're going to connect with audiences, if people are going to like what you're reading, and and you're writing for something to be seen by a general audience, but producers have to like it, and managers, and there's so many people in between that have to like it, and you're constantly told there's so many reasons to say no, that it's like when you find out that you win a screenwriting competition, or that there's some affirmation that like the time that you're spending doing this has actually paid off, and that you've connected with someone and they have made an impact in that person's life. And finding out about the top 25, it was good fuel for the fire to help keep me going, to keep me writing more, and to keep going down the path that I'm going down. And it was, that's one thing I really like about the ISA. It's been, I think one of the things that separates the ISA from other organizations is, and again, it sounds kind of corny, but it's that I get this sense of empowerment that, and it's like I have a team of people that I've met over the last couple of years that have been encouraging, that have offered resources, that have said your writing, it's been validating. Your writing is good. These are the steps that will help you get even better, and we're going to help you along the way. And I'm not in Los Angeles, and the fact that I have a resource to help with that is really, really, it's a lifeline, and I'm so appreciative of it. If I had any advice for my younger self, the first piece of advice would be to not put all my eggs in one basket. The time that I wrote the time that I spent with that I wrote Last Indian War, I kind of wrote that on the side when I was doing other things, and then I spent a couple of years just kind of promoting that and actively promoting that, and not really writing anything else. And what I've kind of learned the hard way is that, you hear people say, you hear like, well, what else do you have? Always have a project in your back pocket, and I didn't for a long time. And but there's truth to that. People are interested in other things that you're working on, or if you're in a situation where you're talking about one story to someone, they're like, oh, that's great, what else do you have, or what else have you worked on? Or the conversation might be completely different, and it's like, oh, I got a story that I've written that's relevant to that. So if my younger self was listening to me right now, it would be, just continue writing and work on developing a lot of material, and don't stop, and but also find a balance between between writing it and getting out and trying to hustle, because it's like a pendulum. It's like I've been trying to find a balance between trying to get the right amount of time of writing, and then also kind of and finding the right amount of time to go out and pitch and promote and hustle and that kind of thing. I have a kind of a slate of ideas that are lining up like planes landing at O'Hare. That it's like, okay, I got to finish this script so I can get, because I want to write this next script and get this next script written. So it's like having a list of projects that I want to work on and finish, that I feel real passionate about. That's one thing. But then the work that has been written, I want to get it out there. What a goal is to find the right production team to bring the work to life. And so it's it's finding a balance between continuing to write, but also getting out there, kind of wearing your entrepreneur hat, and in putting together the right group of people to get it produced. So